Trump's new law states if a man puts his hands on a woman, it is going to be considered a first-degree felony. Now, as a survivor of domestic violence, you can only imagine how important and crucial this is for domestic violence and women's rights in general. So all these men out here putting their hands on women, when the state picks it up and it's considered a first-degree felony, don't go to prison crying.
Man, that's crazy, and I hope that is reciprocal. So I'm guessing that if a woman goes ahead and bats a man with a 2x4 on the side of his head, what would happen to them? You get what I'm saying? Like, is it reciprocal in any way? You gave us that first part, but man, you know, we already know if we put our hands on somebody, it's kind of over with for us. Something bad has happened. What up for y'all, bro? I ain't trying to get knocked up on the side of the head. Even take a bat. A punch is a punch, goddammit. Y'all know what I'm talking about. A punch is a punch. Adult punching you, male or female, that stuff is gonna hurt, bro. Like let's keep it honest, bro. Let's keep it honest.
I'm not judging nobody or nothing, but this truck driver, no, he wrong, y'all. Trifling. No place like home. No place like home.
Man, you talking all that stuff, man. You probably still took your little $40. Let's just keep it honest, bro. That's your natural habitat at this point. We listen and we don't judge. You just showed us a little preview of what you go through, man. You happy to do it. You over there. You know you happy. You in there. You could have not been in there. You could have been anywhere else but in there, but you in there. My guy, I don't know what this is, and I'm really hoping I'm taking this. I hope whoever filmed this took it out of context. Like, who's filming it? You get what I'm saying? Like, who filming it? Y'all going 2v2 or whatever it is, but man, you playing a game? Oh man, the young generation is absolutely cooked.
Y'all, I just picked up my friends from the airport and I gave them a little souvenir. So I'm gonna show y'all they souvenir. Okay, y'all, let me see y'all souvenirs I gave y'all. Okay. Cause what they say, Houston, everybody fucking everybody.
Boy, y'all out there passing out rubbers like it's candy on Halloween night at this point, boy. That's how we get down in Houston. Where my Houston people hats? I'm about to put on my Houston hat, bro. This is how y'all getting down, bro. Remind me, do you know how we're gonna really get to a point where we were like, man, don't send your wife to Miami. Better not send her to Houston either, bro. She might be done for. Might not be coming back.
Who you putting first? Your son, your father, or your husband?
My son. I'm putting my son first. My father, then my husband.
My son.
And then who?
Yeah. And then my daddy. And then my husband.
My son.
And then who?
My father, then my husband.
Type shit. Why the husband last? Let me know something.
Because regardless if me and him together or not, my daddy and my son gonna be there. So fuck it.
Your
Son and husband. Oh, my son, my husband, then my daddy.
My son, my father, my husband, yeah.
Okay, why y'all put husband last? Let me know something.
I love my daddy and I love my son. I can't.
I birthed my son. Why wouldn't he be first? And my daddy, like, man, it's my daddy. Come on. You my husband.
Husband, son, father. I feel like if I get married, my husband is supposed to be like the head of the house. That's supposed to be, you know, the leader or whatever. And then, yeah.
Big ups to the girl at the end. It was getting to a point where I was just like, man, they ain't got no hope, man. But like, if you really married to your spouse, of course you're gonna have, dude, this is a tough question. We asked this question before. You know, who do you choose if a boat was sinking? Who do you choose? But like, at the end of the day, man, are you choosing your spouse, your child? It's tough. It's a tough question for anybody. But big ups to the person at the end. Put it in order that she felt like, you know, was more important to her. You get what I'm saying? I know there's no wrong or right answer, and people are gonna be tore upside down about who to choose in this way. But like, dude, for some of these orders and explanations, man, it was mind blowing. Absolutely.
Play your house. What? I don't want you no more. It's done. It's over. Go your way, I go my way. I don't want you no more. Shit. Where are you going?
I don't know what you did or said, but you for you to get in that position, that surrender position, that like whatever position that you was getting into, right? Like, hey, like come back to me. You look like you was about to start begging. That's to a point where you know it's to the end. And judging from his words, no matter what it is, he's out the door. That's got to be a tough one, man. Like whatever it is, like you know he's done. You can actually just hear it in his voice. He's absolutely over. Whew. Yep, that's how it happens, man. When a man is getting to that point, no matter what you do, begging, you're on your knees, you can be doing anything, bro. Like you can hear that point. That's a point of no return in his voice.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie to you. You got approximately 5 times for your cooch to be stinking before I cut you off. Like after 5, you fake. Word.
Man, my God, that's 4 times too many, man. You gotta be a little bit more strict on yourself. You gotta have some self-discipline. Maybe the first time y'all going through a walk or something, right? Y'all walk through the mall or whatever, and then you're like, okay, we just that you know, we just walked a mile in a mall type of, you know, schmel, you know, and now you get to a point, man, you at the second time and you're like, yo, shit, this ain't it, man. She been at home chilling for the last 2 hours. This ain't it. You get what I'm saying? Shit, I know she's been home. I'm the one who brought her food. We've been chilling here watching a movie for 2 hours. This ain't it. The third time, my guy, y'all just waking up because y'all was, you know, y'all just slept, and it's still just as, I don't know, man. You gotta be more strict on yourself, my guy. I'm just saying. 5 times is the cutoff. Woo. Guys, what is the cutoff for y'all? What is the cutoff? Leave it in the comments, please.
So let me get this straight. She broke your heart. She got with another guy. She came back to you. That's kind of funny. Her plan A didn't work out. Now you're her plan B.
Looks to me like you were the plan A, didn't work out. Plan B didn't work out. She's back to you for plan C. I just don't understand how, you know, we let it be that reciprocal. We just don't let her get away with it. You know what I'm saying? It's that love. Y'all, you in love. You love that girl, don't you, huh, man? But look, at the end of the day, she went out. You just got to imagine somebody else was giving her the back shots that you're supposed to be giving her, bro. Just throwing it out there. Put that image in your brain and then let it go.
Read my fucking shirt, bitch. Guess what, bitch? I have chlamydia. Alright, for real though, who the fuck gave it to me? I was with my ex in February, okay? Boom, February, was with my ex a few times for the first few weeks, okay? Boom. Wasn't with anyone the rest of February, then March came. Beginning of March was with my sneaky link. Which one of you motherfuckers gave it to me? It was one of you. It was one of you. At least it's just chlamydia. Like, I never would have thought I would have said that before, but it's curable, you know what I'm saying? I've shared a lot with you guys over the past few days. I did not think I'd be sharing chlamydia. Everything happens for a reason. That's why I got my birth control taken out. My mom said, damn, you okay? No. No. And then I just found out that I'm stuck here. Well, I'm not stuck, but I'm here all day. Okay, so, that'll definitely take my mind off the chlamydia. Here's the thing. They call me. My phone's ringing, and I'm like, oh, it's just the OBGYN. And then I said, hold on. It's just the OBGYN. I was there 2 days ago, bitch. What STD do I got? So I pick up the phone. She's like, hey, Julia, you know, I'm just calling. 2 things. 2, bitch? What is it? She said, okay, so, you know, there was some bacteria. I said, okay, BV? I don't give a fuck. I never had BV before, but there's a first for everything, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, yeah, whatever. Forgot there was even a second part. Then she goes, okay, so the second thing is, you have chlamydia. Bitch, I almost hung up the phone. I said, are you kidding me? She said, no, I wouldn't joke about that. April Fool's is right around the corner, so I'm kind of hoping. Okay, I'm gonna come back to you guys because I'm at work right now, so hold on.
We got to this point where it's like, why do you get on the internet and say this, bro? Like, you know, you in the food industry too. Oh man, I wouldn't want to know that the person preparing my food, coffee, or whatever it is in the back burning like that. I don't want to know that. I don't care about your sneaky links. Some stuff you do not have to bring to the internet, bro. Like, man, you couldn't even couldn't get this type of information out of me. Like, she was proud. I don't even see real tears. It's almost like you accepted it because you just like, oh, you okay with it. Man, no self-ownership, no, nothing, man. This is tough stuff. You know why you got it? It's because you were just not protecting yourself. That's what it is. You not choose wisely. You're not being smart about your body and all this other stuff. Yeah, that's what happened. That's exactly what happened. But yeah, man, you gotta stop. I don't know if you're still working at this food place, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna get around. They're gonna catch you in the bathroom with this apron on. Some internet guru is gonna track you down, probably file a complaint against you.
Okay, y'all. My hot take is that the strip club is an acceptable place to meet a guy or like go on a date with a guy. And the reason why I like strip clubs is I like to see what people do in the dark, or what they'll choose when they feel like nobody's judging them or like nobody's watching. Like, what are men really into? And when I go to the strip clubs, especially like diverse ones that have something for everybody, I'm always like amazed. Like you'll go in and see a blue collar type of guy that maybe goes after like the most prissy woman, like the most like just very girl next door type, like very modest makeup, not an exaggerated body, like natural body, no tattoos. That's what he's into. But then the guy that's maybe like running a hedge fund has, you know, a suit and tie on, a Rolex watch. He only has big booty black girls in his section that are covered in tattoos. Like, I can't make this stuff up, but this is the type of stuff you see in the strip clubs. So I like to go and see like, what are men really into? What would they really choose if they feel like nobody's watching? Because obviously you can't really have your phone out or record in a strip club. And then it always makes me think like, a man may marry a woman that he feels is like socially acceptable or the trophy, but he may be sexually attracted to something very different. So that's how I feel about it. I've gone to the strip clubs with like male friends. I've gone to the strip clubs with men that I was like casually dating. And I feel like if you like me, buy me some wings, put a big stack of money in my lap, and then I'm gonna put the money on the big booty girls, because like that's what I'm into. Like, that's a good time to me. Like, especially if, you know, you're talking to a guy and it's like 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning, and it's like, oh, you know what? I want to go out. What can you do at 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock? You could go to the strip club. Like, depending on what city you're in, especially like if you're on vacation or something, that's a good time. And I would also say, like, if you're a woman that's more bold, you could totally go to the strip club by yourself. You don't know how many times I've gotten hit on. Like, I wouldn't say it's happened a ton, but maybe like 2 or 3 times where, you know, I'll be at the bar with a guy and maybe he goes to the bathroom or something and he's like, you know, watch my drink. You don't know how many guys will come up to me and try to like hit on me, try to talk to me. And I'm just like, you didn't see me with this nigga. Like, he just went to the bathroom, you know? And why are you coming after me? There's all these titties and ass walking around bare. Why are you coming after one of the only girls in here that's like fully dressed? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why are you coming after me? But it be like that. And men have money at the strip club. Like, you missing out.
Man, the hot take, would you bring your girl, guys, would you bring your girl on a date to the strip club? Or would you let your girl take you to the strip club? Some people's relationships are very secure, man. I've been on a date where I was brought into the strip club. You get what I'm saying? So, you know, to her, it was just a good time. It really was a good time. Like, it really was. It wasn't no, like, man, where your eyes at. It wasn't like our relationship was bad. We're in New Orleans, man. There's strip clubs down there by Bourbon. You just pass by when you with friends. Let's go check it out type of stuff, you know. And it's nothing when you're adult, you know. A pair of breasts is a pair of breasts, man. They just there. You get what I'm saying? And it's like, man, like, you don't get super excited, but these are things that are a little bit normalized when you walking down there. It's like they got a club here, they got dances here, they got a club there. When you're walking down Bourbon, which is crazy, and I can't remember they still doing this, and they probably do it at one place, man. They even cleaned up Bourbon a lot, but nonetheless, man, they used to have the dancers by the front door, like telling you come in, like multiple dancers already dressed, like trying to pull you into the club and stuff like that. Like they don't matter who you with, they just like come on. They give you a little preview, and you just go into the little clubs. That's it. It's just like in and out, like any other like part. It's like almost going into the bar, you're in and out. You're not even staying there for a long time. So to meet someone though, it's probably different. Going there for just a wild adventure date, being spontaneous might be something else. But if you really trying to go there, lady, and meet a man, I don't know. You're gonna have to be, you got an all new level of expectations for this guy. I just don't know if that's gonna work out. Man, probably trying to pimp you out or something. I wouldn't. You get what I'm saying, guys? Like,
men who date significantly younger women, and they're like in their late 30s, early 40s or 50s or whatever, and they're dating women in their 20s who have like no clue about who they are. The reason that they do that there's two reasons. One, they can't find a woman their age who will date them, because women their age find them unattractive, not because of their physical appearance, but because they're not where they're supposed to be in life. Not that it's a race. And then two, there's something really off about them. They're very underdeveloped in a manly way. So they have to find somebody who is naive, who is immature, who doesn't know any better in some real way, who would think that, that this guy is the prize. Now, the other reason for that is because the 20-something-year-old is the only one who will be impressed with what they've accomplished. And the truth is, that's what you should have accomplished, one, or what they've accomplished with you is not where they should be. They may have written your coattails or something to that effect. But a 20-something-year-old will be impressed with that. They'll be like, oh, that's awesome. That's so amazing. So when I tell you all to let that man go and be with that woman, don't compare yourself to her. It is because she is more his speed. The immature, the naivete, the silliness, the goofiness of her matches that within him. I hope this was helpful. Make it a great day.
I was listening to this clip and I'm like, man, doctor, come on, let's get to the point. All right, let's really get to the other side of the story. But I do have to flip the card sometimes. So I'm like, man, she looks like she's a middle-aged woman, right? Is she dating older guys? You get what I'm saying? Is she married? But for the older guys, man, they're dating younger women because, hey, it is what it is. They don't have to be stuck. I think it's more of the getting stuck in their ways. If I'm 50, you're 50. If I'm dating a 50-year-old lady, you got to know. When you get to that point, you just know what you want. You know what you dislike. You know what you're not going to change about yourself. And maybe you made a decision at 50. It was like, I want a woman that's going to do this. I meet you, and then I find out this is something that you're not willing to compromise on or not willing to change. You know what? That 30-year-old woman would. She'll be willing to change because I have a house. She's looking for stability, a man that can offer that, whatever it is. You get what I'm saying? I think it's more like that. You're not really trying to date someone that's just really stuck in their ways and not really willing to change the way they love. Nothing like that, man. That's crazy. That's really crazy.
The worst shift you could ever work, especially if you got a family, you got a girlfriend, you got a boyfriend, is 3 p.m. to 11. Let me tell you why. 3 p.m. to 11 is the worst shift, especially if you got a relationship, because think about it. If your girlfriend, your boyfriend work a different shift than you, and you got to go in at 3 p.m., your girlfriend or boyfriend can be having somebody come over your house at 5 p.m. and 5 or 6 p.m. to eat dinner at your table, cook and clean at your house. You will never know because you're doing it 3 p.m. to 11. That dude is at your house in your flip-flops, eating your Cocoa Puffs, chilling, relaxing, watching TV, chilling with your family at 5 p.m., eating the fried chicken with gravy, with mashed potatoes, while you at work slaving and he watching TV, that's the worst shift. I'm telling you, don't do that shift. You don't get a relationship. If you're gonna do that shift, make sure you single. Be single. Don't ever get in a relationship. Don't get married. Don't be having kids since I gotta do a 3 p.m. to 11. And don't get into an argument with your girlfriend, your boyfriend, and you gotta do a 3 p.m. to 11. It's a wrap. Just give it up. Because you at work, and that dude or that girl, that side dude, that side girl is coming over when you go to work all day. As soon as you go to work at 3 p.m., 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 o'clock, the kids go to bed. 9 o'clock, the kids go to bed. I'm going to get a little quickie. 10 o'clock, I'm going to relax. You don't get off till 11. You get off at 11, you got a 30-minute drive to get back home. So I ain't got to leave till 11:25. See? Don't do that shit. 11 p.m. to 7, it's like, it's good, but it's not good because most dudes are still horny. Dudes will still come over to your house while you go to work at night because they bored. Most dudes not gonna do that. Most dudes say, I gotta be at work in the morning, so I can't come over. Most dudes that don't have a job will still come over at 12, try to sneak at your house while you at work with your girl. But most times, dudes not gonna do that. So 11 p.m. at 7, it's kind of good, but it's like, nah. I'm telling you, the best shift to work is 9 to 5 because you know why? It's the best shift. I'm gonna tell you why.
I ain't gonna lie, man. If I had to work any of these shifts, the one that I think the worst would be the 9 to 5. The 9 to 5, guys. Why? Why are you saying coffee, whiskey? What's wrong with the 9 to 5? It's just that compared to the other options, if I had the option to go in super early and get off early, let me do that. If I had the option to go out late and still get off before the day ends, let me just do that. Because my thought process is this, man. When you at work from 9 to 5, there's a lot of stuff you can't do. You can't go to doctor's appointments. You can't go pay a bill if you need to. Like, everything that you need to do is limited to those short business hours, and now you're scrambling. If you have a family, you can't do anything before 9 o'clock. You getting them to school and stuff. When you're getting off of work at 5, you either going to get them from daycare, whatever it may be, going to practice, whatever it may be. You don't really have time to do anything else. Before you know it, it's 7, 8 o'clock, and it's you wrapping it up. Yeah, you winding down. You get what I'm saying? So 9 to 5 to me, and I'm used to working in restaurants, man. I'm used to working at 3 to 11 all day, every day. But overnight, man, I feel you overnight people, man. Y'all, I did some stuff like that too in my younger days, but man, that really does jack up your sleep, bro. Like, yeah, Katie rhythm is what it's called. All jacked up. Make y'all feel all weird, especially if you gotta do something the next day around like 9 or 10 a.m. You really gotta try to muscle that out. But I wouldn't like that 9 to 5 too much. I would much rather that 7 to 3 or that 3 to 11.